and welcome to today's event. My name is Michelle Conklin and I'm the Executive Director of Bots IQ, a program of the Pittsburgh Chapter National Tooling and Machining Foundation. Behind me here today is DMI Companies. DMI is one of the largest HVAC manufacturing companies in the United States, with facilities across the country. We're standing in front of their Monongahela facility here on Industrial Drive. Perhaps you've driven past it a time or two on your way through the area. We're excited to offer this virtual MFG event in partnership with DMI Companies and show off a little bit about what's happening at the company and what opportunities there are for youth like you. To kick off today's event, we're going to have Doug Gutenberg, the COO of DMI Companies, share a little bit more about what is happening at DMI and welcome you to the event.
Hello, and welcome to DMI Companies and Bots IQ Virtual Manufacturing Day. My name is Doug Gutenberg, and I am the Chief Operating Officer for DMI Companies. My responsibilities include overseeing the day-to-day operational functions of the business. DMI Companies is a manufacturer of heating, ventilating, and air conditioning commercial and industrial ducting and ducting components. Roughly 75% of the raw material we use to manufacture our products consists of sheet steel and primarily galvanized. Our products are used all over the US and Canada as well as around the world. Our products find their way into hospitals and healthcare facilities, making DMI Companies an essential business throughout the pandemic, as many of our products were used for ventilation in the temporary pop-up hospitals for COVID patients. For over 40 years, our products have been installed in commercial office buildings, sewage treatment facilities, data centers, airports, hotels, casinos and restaurants, and large skyscraper office buildings. And yes, by the way, sports arenas, stadiums like Heinz Field, Ford Field, home of the Detroit Lions, and the Atlanta Falcons home field, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, just to name a few. At DMI Companies, we recognize that our success starts with our workforce and with the communities in which we operate and our employees live. DMI holds its obligation to corporate citizenship to a very high standard and facilitates that standard through our actions and programs promoting sustainability, safety, wellness, workforce development, and above-board reputation. As the world of manufacturing continues to advance through automation, robotics, and artificial intelligence, as with many manufacturing companies, DMI Companies works hard to stay at the forefront of the ever-changing technology within our industry, and we are looking to you to one day be the next generation of manufacturing leaders to take the art of making things to the next level. Welcome again. Please enjoy the event.
Thank you, Doug, and thank you, DMI, for this amazing opportunity to show off what's happening inside your facility here in Monongahela. I'm excited to show our students all the great opportunities that DMI Companies has to offer. Our first stop today on our tour is with Katie Hager. Katie is the Workforce Development Manager here at DMI Companies. So let's go.
Hi, welcome to DMI Companies. My name's Katie Hager. I'm the Workforce Development Manager here at DMI. Much of my job revolves around hiring and training to make sure that we have the most skilled workforce in our industry. We believe that consists not only of the workforce we need now, but also the workforce we need in the future. So that could be you. Each year, we hold our annual Manufacturing Day event in October, where students from several local school districts come to our facility in Monongahela, Pennsylvania, to tour our plant, participate in various hands-on activities designed to give them an understanding of some of the exciting aspects of modern manufacturing. And they also get to talk directly with our employees to learn what it's like to be a welder or an electrician or a mechanical engineer or a CAD designer or many other occupations that are in high demand today. This is always a very popular event and everybody has a great time. Sadly, this year, due to the pandemic, we were not able to host this event in 2020, but thanks to the staff at Bots IQ, we're doing the next best thing to give you a glimpse into the world of advanced manufacturing. DMI Companies is the largest HVAC components manufacturer in all of North America. We have 5 locations around the United States and a very large growing distribution network worldwide. We make almost everything that goes into a heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. We take great pride in our innovative and energy efficient designs. our manufacturing processes, our superior customer support, and of course our talented workforce. Today we're going to introduce you to some of the people that make up that talented workforce. We're going to show you what they do and how their efforts result in the products that make your everyday living safer and more comfortable. You will meet DMI employees with a variety of different career paths and backgrounds, but what they all have in common is that they have taken steps to be very successful in their chosen careers. They will share some of these steps with you, so hopefully you can benefit from their experience. At the end of today's session, you will hear from Steve Gerba, our automation engineer, who participated in several programs throughout his high school and college careers, including Bots IQ and recurring internships here at DMI. These experiences helped him learn about multiple career options and decide which one was right for him. Now, less than a year out of college, Steve is highly successful and doing what he loves right here at DMI. If you see something today that interests you, make sure you come back to our next session that will provide more details about individual career opportunities in exciting, high-demand occupations and how you can explore these opportunities at DMI through work experience programs like Steve did, or come here through full-time employment. So thank you very much for joining us today, and we hope you enjoy your visit.
Thank you, Katie. Katie is the one you want to know if you're interested in exploring a career here at DMI. But let's get started talking to our DMI technical team. To kick us off, we're going to talk to Steve Simcu. Steve is the CAD and project manager here at DMI Companies. He's also been a Bots IQ industry advisor for many years, sharing his passion, knowledge, and expertise with Bots IQ students across the region. So let's go.
Hey, I'm Steve Simcu. I am CAD and project manager here at DMI Companies. I'm in charge of making sure all the drawings are up to par, as well as managing my own projects. My career path is I actually went to college for mechanical drafting and design, and I went to Idaho State and then came here to Pittsburgh and finished off at CCAC, and now I'm in charge of all the CAD stuff. So typically how my day starts off is there's two different tasks that I have. There's the CAD side and the project side. So the CAD side, I review drawings from the other engineers, making sure they're up to par, they are correct, no errors. I also maintain laser patterns for the lasers that we have, make sure that they're cutting properly. I also make sure that our programs and our templates are up to date as well. On the project side, I'm in charge of designing either the products or the machines to make the products, and I'm also in charge of making sure the my projects are coordinated per the timeline and that they're being done on time and on budget. So as I mentioned, we take care of the laser patterns for the laser. So what that means is I take a 3D model, make it flat, take that pattern and send it to the laser. So one of the items I'm going to demonstrate on CAD that we send over to our laser is the high efficiency takeoff, HETO for short. What it does is your air flow, AC, comes into your ductwork from your unit, and it transitions the airflow into the location that you are in your house. So Alvin here is actually very nice and cold because it's 68 degrees instead of 102 outside. So what we'll typically do is model it up, a 3D model, make sure all the parts fit properly and everything, and then once we're done with that, I'm going to jump to the individual piece that we laser cut. We take this and actually flat pattern it, and we'll laser cut this profile out of a flat sheet of material, and then it'll form to the parts that we need. So let's go over to the laser.
So once we have the laser pattern done, we send it over to the laser and put it in our system, and it actually cuts out from this profile. So once it's ready, we hit start and it'll cut. All right, let's see what we cut.
Thank you, Steve, for showing off your artistic skills and teaching us how a heato keeps Elvin cool. Thank you also for showing off the laser cutting system here at DMI Companies. I think it's really interesting to showcase for our students that laser engravers that they may see in their makerspace and tech ed rooms are actually industry quality equipment. A lot bigger here at DMI Companies, but the skills and the technology are actually really similar. So if you are a student who gets an opportunity to use those engraver systems at your school and you're enjoying that experience, consider a career in manufacturing, because there are jobs that use those same skills here today. Next on our tour, we're going to speak with Brian Rudolph. Brian is the production manager here at DMI Companies. He's going to show us today a fire smoke damper system, and we're going to watch a really cool demo. I'm excited to show it to you, so let's go.
Hi, my name is Brian Rudolph. I'm the production manager for Air Technologies. We've been making fire dampers and ceiling radiation dampers, combination fire smoke dampers here in Monongahela since 2004. All of our products that are made here are designed to give first responders and firefighters more time to get to bad situations and allow people to get out of burning buildings and help evacuate smoke and protect our first responders. What I'm going to show you today is a demonstration of how the combination fire smoke damper works. And what this is designed to do is it's our most efficient product that keeps smoke, flame, heat, gases from penetrating through the duct system. So these are used in big areas like corridors, stairwells, elevator shafts, and they can be opened and closed by the building manager to evacuate smoke and allow people to get out of the stairwells and things. So when this damper is installed in the duct system in the building and there's power to the building, the damper is in the open position. So we're going to power it up and simulate that it's in the building and that there's power to the building, and the dampers will be in the open position. All of our products have been tested from Underwriters Laboratories, so they've passed a strict fire endurance test, a hose stream test, air velocity testing, all types of different AMCA rated tests to make sure that they work underneath the most severe heat fire related conditions. So what we're going to do now is simulate the fire. When the damper gets hot, our temperature response device is going to recognize the temperature in the duct system. When it either gets to 165 degrees or 212 degrees, it will initiate the actuator, and the damper will close. Once this damper is closed, it won't allow any of the bad stuff, flames, heat, gas, smoke, to get through the other side where people will be, leaving the bad situation. And then once it's done, we have to cycle test these every so often depending on the building codes. So we hit our reset pin here, and then it returns the damper to the open position. So as a successful completion of a fire smoke test and operational test. And that's a good damper. The type of people we look for to assemble this product are, well, we need people that have a great attention to detail, are quality driven, and safety minded when they're doing this operation. You don't just get put here and start right on making these dampers because of the technical attributes that you need to have to make sure this product works right. So you'll start in other areas and then migrate over here after you've had a little more time in ATI before. So we need somebody that's got some experience and understands the UL listings and how the testing works, and then how all of our dampers work before you come over and get to use this product. STEM concepts and mechanical aptitude are very important with especially this line, as well as the rest of the products that we make. It's a huge, huge benefit to have people that have had that background in high school or any technical school. Any technical training that you've had prior to coming here is a huge benefit for us. We hire a great deal of people right out of high school, and we're looking for people that show attention to detail, a good work ethic, right, where they understand the pace required to keep up with the job. We're looking for people that are quality driven and are safety minded when they're making these products.
Thank you, Brian, for a great demo and for showcasing an awesome technology that DMI Company has to keep people safe in the event of a fire emergency. Thank you also for sharing a little bit more about the skills that DMI looks for in future talent, and for talking about the entry-level positions available for students here at DMI Companies. I think it's also important to note that DMI invests in its employees, providing them with opportunities to grow within the company. These are awesome things to see in a manufacturing company, and something that students should keep in mind as they look for future opportunities as well. Next on our tour, we're going to speak with Sean Keister. Sean is also a production manager here at DMI Companies. So let's go.
Hi, I'm Sean Keister, GSI Production Manager. Today we're going to go over a spun collar. So you're probably wondering what a spun collar is. A spun collar is the square, go to square to a round on a plenum. So to demonstrate this, we could go back here. Today our operator is Roger. He's going to demonstrate how we do a spun collar. So we hot melt, rivet, weld it, place this in the machine. So we have these set at a cycle time. So we're running a 12-inch spun collar. Previously, our spun collar, what we would do is, this is our old style. We would have to use the flange, put it on there, spin that on there. So our research development team researched this machine out in Spain. This machine is also known to make instruments and also automobile wheels. So this was our old style. It's a two-piece, so we made a more efficient, user-friendly spun collar. We used to get 40 parts per hour with this. Now with the new machine, with the spin machine, we get 60 parts per hour. So what we're seeing right now is a 12-inch spun collar. So what we're doing is use a one piece of metal versus the old style, the two piece. So the carriage is slowly drawing that metal out to stretch it to make that flange. So it's more efficient, easier to use, and also keeps the cost down as well.
Thank you, Sean, for an awesome example of how the manufacturing design process can improve production efficiency and lower cost while producing a better quality product. Next on our tour, we're going to talk to Jason Marr. Jason is a design and manufacturing engineer here at DMI Companies. He has also been a Bots IQ industry advisor for Bell Vernon Area High School for many years. Like Steve, who we met earlier, Jason shares his passion, knowledge, and expertise in manufacturing with students and helps to increase their knowledge and understanding of the manufacturing and design process. So let's go.
How you guys doing? So my name is Jason Marr. I'm one of the engineers here at Duckmade Industries. What I want to show you today is our automated pipeline. So on this line we produce snap pipe. So on this piece of pipe we have the crimped end and we have the gasketed end. On this gasketed end it puts a polyurethane gasket very similar to this gasket here. What that allows us to do is when you put the two pieces of pipe together, it creates a seal and seals those two pieces of pipe to prevent air leakage. So on this line, this is one of the only lines in GSI that we run from coil into a finished product. As you can see back there, the large 10,000 pound coils running into this line. It shears them off, does multiple operations coming down around this line, ends up at a 3-roll bender over here. So this was a new addition to this line. On this finished part, it rolls up the pipe and the robot will come in and unloads the pipe, bands the pipe, and puts it in its appropriate skid location.
Thanks, Jason, for providing a great example of a production line here at DMI Companies. Those coils are so big, 10,000 pounds, wow. Perhaps you saw at the end of Jason's clip a robotic arm picking up items and putting it in the correct location on the skid. Well, in our next stop on today's tour, we're going to see another robotic arm. I remember the first time I saw it, being mesmerized by its accuracy and efficiency. And I can't wait to show it to you here in the mixing room with Joe Pusateri. So let's go.
Welcome to DMI Companies. My name is Joe Pusateri. I'm the production manager for Duckmate Industries. We are here today in our sealant and adhesive department to kind of explain some of the automation that we have added over the last three to 4 years. Very cool, very neat. So what is really cool about this is we make everything from scratch. So we start and we put all the ingredients in a 450 gallon drum, we'll say. When we mix it up and we put it on a dispensing pedestal, and then once it is there, it all gets dispensed into 1 or 5 gallon drums or buckets automatically. The lid gets put on automatically. The barcode label gets put on automatically. The operator, all he does is manage that process now, picks buckets up, puts them in a box, slides it through an automatic tape machine, automatically gets the ink put on, slides down to our robot Betty, and Betty picks it up and places it on the skid as Betty was designed to do. So what's cool about that is we used to do all of that manually. And not only did we do it all manually, it took double the amount of employees to do that. So we've taken a process, and through automation, something that took us 2 shifts or 2 days to do now only takes us 1 shift and 1 day, with half of the operators to do that. So I know you're thinking like, hey, well, you've eliminated jobs. Well, it can't be farther from the truth. Yeah, it does take us less employees to do something that we used to be able to do with double that, but we've taken those employees and we've created jobs, because now we have robotics and we have other automation that now employees have to be able to troubleshoot. They have to be able to fix. They have to be able to operate. So in partnership with our local union, sheet metal union, we've created a maintenance technician program. And through that maintenance technician program, we have taken employees that we've had that signed up or volunteered to go through this program, and we've taught them how to troubleshoot robots like Betty and automation like the auto fill machine. So we've created jobs, and we've taken those employees that otherwise would have just been lifting thousands and thousands of pounds every day. Now we've taken them and made them a better employee. Now all they do is manage the process. They troubleshoot the automation. So a skill set that otherwise they wouldn't have had, and I think that with that they could grow better as an employee.
Thanks, Joe. I never knew the robot arm had a name. It's nice to meet you, Betty. Thank you also for talking a little bit about automation and how it's changed things here at DMI Companies. A lot of people hear about automation in manufacturing and grow concerned because they think it is taking away jobs, but you're right. It is changing the way jobs are done, but it's also creating a lot more jobs. And it's important to note how DMI Companies invests in their employees by upskilling them with opportunities to get those skills through programs like the Maintenance Technician Program. This is actually a great segue into our next stop on the tour with Andrew Little. Andrew is the lead industrial electrician here at DMI Companies, and a large part of his role is maintaining and making sure those machines and equipment all work appropriately. So let's go talk to Andrew.
Hello, my name's Andrew Little. I am the lead industrial electrician here at Duckmate in Monongahela, Pennsylvania. I have been professionally trained at Triangle Tech in Greensburg. I have an associate's degree in maintenance electricity and construction technology. Before Triangle Tech, I am a graduate of Bell Vernon Area High School. Went there my entire life, lived in the same house my entire life, only 12 minutes from Duckmate. I spent a brief amount of time at California University. I practiced my studies there as a secondary education major with a minor in English literature, and as well I owned my own business at the same time while I was going to college. I had an indoor extreme sports complex in Perryopolis, Pennsylvania. That folded due to the pipeline and fracking coming through to the area and buying most of the buildings. But just a little bump in the road, and I met my wife of 14 years, and her brother-in-law, and father are all electricians. And where I was working at the time, we were laid off, and our jobs went out of country. So I was available to be retrained, and I chose to be an electrician because the money was there, the job security's there, and it was something achievable and very needed around here. So my trades are very flexible. I can do pretty much anything with electricity, anything from automotive to maintenance electricity to installing new installations in residential or commercial applications. So I'm pretty well rounded, and it's definitely good to be flexible. So here at Ductmate Monongahela, my normal day consists of, I'll come in the morning and check my board. The manager will have my duties written for the entire day when I come in, so I can start my day off with just whatever's first on the list. I'll go, mainly it's a breakdown, so I'll have to do some troubleshooting. Something happened in the middle of the night and we gotta figure out what's wrong with the machine. That's my favorite part of the job, is troubleshooting, using meters to just see what's happening and what's not happening. Pretty simple, but definitely complicated. Next, usually we will start with preventative maintenance. We'll pick a machine and go over it and look at absolutely every system on it and just try to kind of predict the future and see if something's susceptible to failing, how can we prevent it from failing. And that's pretty much our PM in a nutshell. Other than that, I'll do rounds and do my own kind of investigative maintenance just to try to save the day and make sure that DMI keeps rolling. All right. So this is our maintenance shop at Ductmate Monongahela. We have a lot of older machines, but they definitely do the job. Here we have a long, large horizontal saw. If you come this way, we'll see Eugene, our welder, welding some rings. Now, you don't want to stare right into the light, but this is Eugene welding, and he's an expert welder, and he can literally do anything. If you come this way, we have a bandsaw, a CNC lathe, or a CNC machine, and another CNC machine here, where our machinists use these two lathes to turn down all of our bars, our rolls, our gears, things like that. And then if you come this way, this is where a lot of our machining tools are kept, a lot of the more expensive and very precise tooling. Over here we'll have our conduit bender and our large press, as well as multiple sanding and grinders down the road here, as well as our larger drill press. And that's pretty much our maintenance shop. We get it all done with just this stuff. All right, so this is our parts press. It's half ripped apart right now because we had some bearing and oil issues. So in the downtime, part of my job is to go over some of the controls to improve, kind of update things a little bit. And here we're actually adding some counters and timers to do different things with lengths of products. So what's going to happen is the press is going to cycle and press until we have a measured amount of time or material out of the press, and then we're going to actuate a cut cylinder, and then it's going to actuate a relay to reset the whole system and be able to start over as soon as the operator is ready. So that's what I got going on here in this halfway done wiring mess right now, but it'll all come together and look nice and neat. One of the most important things that we do here at Ductmate is lockout tagout. So here we have our main power feed coming in, and the two technicians that are working on this, myself and the machinist Tom Prentice, both have this locked out, and we've gone ahead and verified that this machine can operate and nothing can move on it while we're working on it. So that's number one, safety. Take care of yourself, because that's what's most important.
Thanks, Andrew, for sharing a little bit about your job. I think it's one of the coolest here at DMI Companies. Not only is every day a little bit different and you get to spend that day problem solving and troubleshooting, but you also have one great machine shop. Thanks also for talking a little bit about safety and how it's important in manufacturing, and especially here at DMI Companies. I think it's important to note the lockout tagout method that you shared with our students is something that many are unfamiliar with, and I encourage students to learn a lot more about safety in manufacturing. The last stop on today's tour is to talk with Steve Gerba. Steve is a Bots IQ alumni and automation engineer here at DMI Companies. So let's go.
Hi, I'm Steve Gerba and I'm an automation engineer here at DMI Companies. So I'm a local graduate from Ringgold High School, and I also went to California University for mechatronics engineering. I got a Bachelor in Science in that degree. So in 2016, I came to take an internship position here at DMI. I was fresh out of high school, and I ended up finding myself as a lab technician where I got to work alongside all the engineers in their projects, which really got me involved. And for some background, in high school, I just kind of found myself being almost like a maker. I loved making things, I loved fixing issues, doing problem solving. And one of the programs that got me really involved was Bots IQ. It was really there that kind of my passion for engineering took off as I got to work alongside a team of people building this robot. And it got me really involved with electrical engineering and machining. So that's when I kind of knew that's what my passion was to go for engineering. So my role as an automation engineer in the company is I take some of our quote-unquote dumb equipment and I make it smarter and safer by adding logic and control to the systems. I also add safety devices to kind of monitor and also make it safer for our production workers to operate it. I play a lot with these little guys here. They're called PLCs, or programmable logic controllers. They're basically like a little microprocessor that you throw on a production line, and it can monitor and control the system. So I get to do pretty cool jobs like playing with our 8-foot robot and doing unloading of our work cell that we have. I get to make custom equipment from scratch. I work alongside our mechanical engineers and kind of make our own equipment all in-house. Nobody's selling what we're making, so we take a lot of pride when we actually finish a machine and we actually get to start it up. Never in a million years did I think I'd be so happy to see some ductwork come out of a machine, but you just feel so much pride when you actually see that finished product come out and say, hey, we as a team got to build that. We made that all on our own. So during my internship, my first role was kind of as a lab technician. I got to work alongside all the engineers and their projects and all their kind of daily tasks that they did. I got to help them out and assist them. From there, I got more schooling experience. I came back the next following year and I actually got to shadow with an engineer. And shadowing was one of the best ways to gain experience because you're with somebody who has 10 some years of experience or 20 some years of experience. You can actually be on the floor with these people and gain all the knowledge that they have on equipment and industry standards that they have. So from there, the next year that I came back with more schooling experience, I ended up kind of taking the training wheels off. I got my own project. I had my own equipment to work on. And then things just began to kind of grow as I developed more projects and they began to see what I was capable of. So one of the most recent sales that we did was in Wagner, Oklahoma. We got to put in an entire production line there from scratch. I got to build all the control panels, all the power drops, and we're still adding on to it. We're adding more equipment. We're adding another robot down to that cell as well. So these are all kind of really fun projects for me because I love creating things. It was one of my hobbies. So it's like I'm able to take my hobbies and turn it into a career. So every day is kind of a fun day for me because I'm doing what I like to do.
Thank you, Steve. Bots IQ is extremely proud of you and the opportunities you've created for yourself here at DMI Companies. Thanks also for sharing a little bit about how your experience with Bots IQ helped to shape your career pathway. We're hopeful that many students watching today are considering that opportunity themselves, whether it be through their experience with Bots IQ or another class, club, or activity that they're participating in. Manufacturing has a lot of career opportunities for youth today and in the future, and we want to be sure that we're connecting kids with those opportunities. So to finish up today's event, we're going to go back to Katie, who's going to talk a little bit more about the opportunities that DMI has to offer to youth. If you're interested in connecting with her, check out the information in the YouTube video description. But let's go to Katie.
We hope you enjoyed your experience here at DMI Company's Virtual Manufacturing Day event, and we hope you learned something new about manufacturing careers. If you saw something today that sparked an interest in you, we encourage you to participate in other career exploration activities. As I mentioned at the beginning of this visit, you can come back for our upcoming career panel session. The date, time, and registration information is on the YouTube video description for this event. You can also participate in programs like Bots IQ. Bots IQ is a fantastic way to learn valuable, essential, and technical skills that are highly sought after in the workplace today. They even offer industry-recognized online classes to help you enhance your skill sets. Plus, who wouldn't have fun battling robots? You can participate in internships where you actually work at a company like DMI, experience firsthand the job that you're interested in, and get paid to do it. There are many options to explore the wonderful career opportunities in manufacturing. Talk to your parents, teachers, guidance counselors, and have them contact me if you'd like more information about opportunities at DMI. You can also find our contact information in the YouTube video description for this event. Thank you so much for joining us today. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors and hope to see you again soon.
Thank you, Katie, and thank you everyone at DMI for hosting today's event. I don't know if you realized, but as we went through today's tour, we actually got to see several of DMI's divisions all under one roof. That's pretty cool. Hopefully next year's event will be in person. As Katie mentioned at the start of the video, DMI hosts an annual MFG Day event each October. MFG Day is celebrated the first Friday of October, so take a look around that time to see if you can get more information about DMI's in-person event. If you're interested in learning more about manufacturing careers, be sure to check out Bots IQ's website. We have a calendar of events for upcoming tours and activities, including our exciting Bots IQ competitions hosted each spring. Also follow Bots IQ on social media to stay up to date with the exciting things happening with Bots IQ and manufacturing. We have handles on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Thank you again for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the tour, and we look forward to connecting with you all soon. Have a great day.